So in 13th century CE, the Aztecs were a fierce tribe of warriors who settled in the Valley of Mexico. They fought wars with neighboring tribes until they dominated most of Middle America. Like the Maya and Toltecs before them, they built spectacular cities. Their capital, Tenochtitlan, currently Mexico City, lay on an island Texcoco. This became the center of their powerful empire. Within the city walls there were palaces, pyramids, and temples. For more than 100 years, the Aztecs ruled much of Mesopotamia, until the arrival of the Spanish in 1519.
The other achievements of the Aztec civilizations are they have great knowledge in medicine and could perform surgeries. In the Aztec civilizations, physicians, also known as titils, were accomplished herbalists who did medicinal research in the large gardens kept by the nobility. One of the important works that sheds light on Aztec herbal practices is known as the Badenos Manuscript. It is a codex or an illustrated text that describes the use of over 180 plants and trees in the treatments of ailments. Some treatments are quite bizarre by today's standards. However, some other cures have since been held up by scientific research. One of them is the usage of the sap of the maguey plant as a disinfectant and a wound treatment. It has been shown that the sap of the maguey plant can kill both Staphylococcus aureus and the E. coli bacteria. And the other part is the Aztecs performed surgeries using knives made out of volcanic glass. They used tractions and counter-tractions to reduce fractures, sprains, and splints to immobilize fractures. They use passion flowers as a type of antispasmodic medication to relax the muscles during surgeries. And lastly, they covered the wound with fresh plants in order to aid the healing process.
The Aztec civilization also have their strengths in engineering. A famous example of this is Tenochtitlan, which is the capital of the Aztec Empire, founded around 1325 CE. The city was built on a small island in the middle of Lake Texcoco, but the process that led to the creation of the city actually posed a great challenge to the Aztecs, since the geography of the region made it so that anything built on top of it would subside. The Aztecs proved their engineering skills by pounding wooden piles and adding volcanic stones into the lake bed below the water in packed formations to provide a solid foundation for their buildings. The structures that they built using this technique never toppled or sank. Remnants of some of the buildings are still standing today.
Now come to the education during Aztec civilization. So Aztecs developed universal education, which is a system of compulsory education for all of their children. From the ages of 12 to 15, all children were required to attend a school known as the House of Song, where they learned ceremonial songs and the cosmology of their people. Kids were escorted to and from the school by elders to ensure no one went rot. For most girls, formal education ended at age 15, but from 15 to 20 years of age, the boys of commoners attended a school where they are not allowed to sleep at night. The study here was primarily military in nature. Sons of the nobility, however, attended a different school where they stayed in residence and had their military training enhanced with the study of the humanities such as architecture, math, painting, and history. Priests and government officials were chosen from the school.
Now, how do these contributions affect our society today? Because of the Aztec civilization, we can now perform advanced medical treatments and surgeries to help treat sick people. Also, because of their engineering skills, we are now capable of building more stable buildings and significant structures in different areas of the world. Lastly, their passion to teach enabled children today to learn about music, arts, history, math, architecture, and even military training that applies to some countries today. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope that you learned something new today.